All right, did she do a great job or what? Thank you so much. All right, I've got a question for you. It is afternoon. Is it okay if we have fun in the afternoon? Yeah. This doesn't have to be dry and dull and boring, does it? Because that's just not the way people learn today. So my second question for you is it okay if I give you one skill that by the time you leave here will revolutionize the way you interact with the people in your personal and business life? One skill that you can actually use instead of a lot of theory. So let me ask you this question. Have you ever worked for a boss who was a commander style of leadership? Have you ever worked for a bully? Have you ever worked for a micromanager? Yeah, how is that? That's terrible, isn't it? So in today's world, those styles and strategies don't work anymore. And what we're going to learn this afternoon is a series of techniques that you can use to get voluntary cooperation even if you don't have authority. So here's what we want to accomplish this afternoon. I want to show you how to help people to adopt your ideas and think it was theirs. Could that be useful? How about if we get people to solve their own problems and take ownership of the solution? Could that be useful? What about people discovering unknown resources, things inside of themselves and externally that they can use to make their lives better and to be a better partner in the business and personal world? And lastly, how about you discovering resources that you don't have? Because who's the hardest person to lead sometimes? It's yourself, isn't it? So when we talk about leading by influence, we're not just talking about leading other people, we're talking about you leading yourself, because that is sometimes the biggest challenge. So let's ask this question. Since we're going to be talking about leadership, let's define it. What is leadership? Who wants to take a try at what leadership is? Somebody yell it out. Influence. Okay. What else? A motivator. What else? What is leadership, though? What makes somebody a leader?
An innovator.
An innovator. Okay, good answers. One more. A visionary. So let me give you my definition of leadership. And I've got an advantage over you folks because I've been doing this for a long time, and this is what I've come up with. Leadership is getting people from here to there. That's what it's about. A leader gets people from here to there. Now, we could do a whole seminar, a whole morning, a whole afternoon, a whole couple days on how to get them from here to there. What we're going to learn today is one strategy you can use for that, and just the part about where there is a whole study in itself. But leadership is getting people from here to there. Next question. How does management relate to leadership? Are they the same thing? No. We instinctively know that they're not the same thing. But how are they different? Somebody yell it out. You have to be a manager to be a leader, right? Because that's the techniques and the strategies that you use to get somebody from here to there. We call them management. And I've got one more question before we start to get into some content. What's the difference between management and manipulation? Is there a difference? Yeah, what's the difference? Buy-in. Okay, what else? Let me give you what I think the difference between management and manipulation is. I think that management is win-win, manipulation is win-lose. And you can feel it when you're being manipulated because you are losing and somebody else is winning. It doesn't feel good, it doesn't work good, it's not a good long-term strategy. So I want the strategy and the technique I'm going to give you this afternoon can be used for either management or manipulation. And I want you to promise me, if you're going to participate in this session, that you will only use it for good. Okay? Everybody, raise your hand and promise, I will only use this for good. All right, so you are sworn to goodness now. When you learn this, you can only use it for good.